MOOP Officer Tait.
MOOP Officer Jones.
For the MOOP report.
MOOP is matter. It's matter out of place. It's a matter that matters for the entire human race.
Next time you're out walking in the city, you are bound to walk past a little place like this. I'm at the back of a supermarket, a nightclub, and a fast food restaurant, in the place where they store their bins. So why is this dirty little place worthy of our attention? And does it matter if there's matter out of place in a place like this? Hello, Manuel.
Chef of restaurant.
MOOP Officer Tait at your service. Very pleased to be here out the back of Hardware Lane here in the CBD of Melbourne today.
We have a lot of people working here, and we try to fix every day the back lines. When I came this morning 7 a.m, the street, when the trucks pick up the bins, the big bins, is full of grease. You see it this morning, okay? And this is another problem. No? Our line is beautiful, but it's beautiful for the ambient.
Smell?
Yeah.
Smell bad, you know.
Yeah.
It should be, cleaned.
Yeah.
This is regular, yeah. And it's all, well, you can see it's just awful. It's just, and it's unhygienic. What this is caused by rubbish trucks. Yes, yeah. Well, so you have probably 3 or 4 different contractors.
Yeah.
Take away the rubbish there, and it's I don't know how you police something like that. The street is our frontage. It's really part of our business. It needs to be sorted out at council level.
Hello there, MOOP Officer Tait at Dundas Place Cafe.
The main thing is the people they sit over there, and as myself as a chef, when I come from the kitchen with the food and if I see the dust, so there's no any point of view for me to cook such a nice food and go where the people they're just, the surrounding is not clean.
The focus of our current project is to talk about, we've brought this word MOOP into play, matter out of place. We're talking about litter, we're talking about things ending up where they shouldn't, and on a societal level, what does that do? Why does it matter? Are the bins overflowing out there from the other traders?
You only need to go out and take a walk up and down and you'll get the answer to your question.
And what do you think the effect is for you, as a trader around here? Does that impact on you to have...
It does, because it blows out of the bin, blows down the street, makes it you end up with pigeons and seagulls coming down, pecking outside your back door.
Most of the people from the clubs and different people in the restaurant, if they don't want to smoke in the restaurant, they'll come here and smoke. Sometimes you might have 4 or 5 people or more on a Friday or Saturday night smoking here. I think if possibly a couple of smoking containers here, there's hundreds and hundreds of butts there.
I know, that's going to be $500 fine.
It's in the street. Once it goes down the drains, it goes into the Yarra. Now if I see someone butting their cigarette, I say, no, you know where that's going? It's going straight to the Yarra. And there's people
What do you see there, Officer Tait?
Well, what's interesting here is that MOOP is not just solid material.
It's liquid too.
How would oil end up in the river here?
Down the drains.
So this could be cooking oil.
I believe so.
So throughout the city, obviously, there are hundreds of establishments.
Yes, it tastes like cooking oil to me, sir.
Oh, don't, Jones, that's gross. What do they do with the oil once they've finished using it? Well, they're not really taking in the bigger picture. They might be emptying that down their outside drains. Obviously, if they're emptying it down the sink, it's going to go through the sewage system and be cleaned up that way. But for it to end up in the river means that they are letting that oil go down the stormwater drains, and this is where it ends up. You can see the bottles are actually coated in it.
What you'll find is that there's so much change in this industry of staffing. They come and go, and the only way that it's going to be enforced is by obviously people outside of the restaurants coming and guiding these people quite regularly, because the practice is always going to slip up when you've got new staff coming into it and no one delegating properly. I'd practice what I'd do at home. I wouldn't leave rubbish around the home, and why would I do it here? There's a service that they provide that you can put the used oil into, and they come and pick up instead of the bins. But again, that still comes from management. They have to, or chefs or whoever's delegating at the top of who has to instruct where things have to go. Yes, a council, or as I said, someone that is monitoring the services, because otherwise everyone's pointing fingers at everyone else.
So tell me a little bit more about what you've done within the establishment to improve waste systems, and particularly stormwater systems.
Well, we have three ranges of recycling. We've got general waste, we've got cardboard recycling, and glass bottle bin recycling. Look, these old buildings in Melbourne, you know, they're not really set up fantastically for stormwater, sewerage. A lot of the areas really get contaminated quite a lot. So we set up like a little bunting system around the back. You know, every morning we give the bins and the back area a good hose down. And it's really simple. It's just a really simple little barrier. It's like
to make sure that
the water is going into sewer, not into stormwater. And look, it takes literally 30 seconds and a whole heap of dirty tea towels just built up as a little barrier. And it just catches everything, goes in, and that's it.
So we're building a timber courtyard deck out here, and on the old plans the sewage pipes ran along this side of the courtyard, and we learned very quickly that the plans were wrong and the sewage lines were here. And they ran across the backyard. So that was our first encounter with dealing with stormwater and sewage and knowledge of that sort of stuff. So we fixed all that up, got it all done, a lot of hours of digging. And then after you guys came, we realised that we could put our gully trap here. It's going to be fenced off, so the chemicals that we rinse out here, this is connected, go straight into there, straight into the sewage and away.
Brilliant.
Rather than going
That's all you need.
Yeah. So instead of going into the stormwater of the lane or into my backyard, they go straight to therapy.
We go through probably 108, 120 bottles of these milk every single week. Now, if they were all left like that, as well, if I left that out for 10 minutes, it expands because it gets warm. So what we do is one, take the lid off, and two, pop it in the steamer. Give it a 10-second blast. You can stack. You can see the difference in that. And that just goes in there, and at the end of the day we put it into the recycle bin. And at the end of the week, Chandan or I just jump on top, make sure it's all flattened properly. It means we can get, to the detriment of the bin company, we get more for our money, but at the end of the day, the environment wins as well. But the other thing we do as well is zero tolerance on polystyrene boxes. We'll take the product out and take it back. The same thing with boxes. We'll take everything out and they take back the boxes with them. One, it means they can reuse them again, but it means two, we're not adding to our bins, so they get emptied off more often. I think
it needs a real commitment to it, and so therefore you need council really committed to it.
Yep.
And you need council officers really committed to it. And it's not just something that you can solve one day. This is something like this. You need to look at this every day for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you'll solve the problem.
Fines for malpractice?
100%. It's always carrot and stick.
Yeah.
You give people a carrot, you educate them, tell them what to do. If they don't do it, you just have to beat them with a stick, because it's really bad. I mean, this is a health hazard. It's just as simple as that.
This is our landway, so everybody needs to, keep this clean. I think we should do this together. It's not you do more or I do less. That's not the problem. But I think we have to do it together.
Yeah. But I also get the feeling it's part of a sense of the pleasure of doing things right.
It is, and that's the pleasure. We get a lot of. I get a lot of pleasure, and he gets a lot of pleasure. At the end of the day, to close the door, you look out into your terrace or everything we do, and you go, do you know what? It looks beautiful.
What motivates you to take time out from your other business operations to ensure that you've got good litter, stormwater and waste management?
I suppose not to get all, esoteric.
Right.
But we are here for a small time in the scheme of things, so I want to make sure that I live with my kids the way I found it better.
MOOP is matter. It's matter out of place. It's a matter that matters for the entire human race.
Plastic bottles, cans, these could all be recycled if we'd caught them earlier in their journey.
Jones? Jones? Officer Tait! It's a jungle in there! And there's MOOP everywhere! We're gonna have to call in reinforcements!